Hello and welcome. Let's be real, are you getting a little tired of AI that just writes stuff and then leaves you to do all the actual work? Well, today, we're diving into something different. We're talking about Agentic AI. This is the game-changing trend for 2025 that's going to turn your AI from a simple tool into a proactive team member that actually gets things done.
And look, if you think this is just some kind of tech hype, check this out. Gartner is predicting a massive shift on the horizon. We are talking about a full third of enterprise software having these capabilities built in. This isn't just an update, it's a fundamental change in how businesses are going to operate.
So, to really wrap our heads around this, we've got to draw a clear line in the sand. Generative AI, that's the stuff most of us have been playing with, right? It's amazing at creating things, an email, an image, you name it. But Agentic AI, it takes that creation and runs with it. It doesn't just write the email, it sends it. It tracks the replies, it follows up, it manages the whole process.
So what is it officially? Well, think of Agentic AI as a system that's been given, agency. The ability to act. It's not just a passive tool waiting for your command. It's an autonomous agent that can understand a goal, map out the steps to get there, and then, actually execute those steps. It's literally like hiring a digital employee that works 24/7 and never needs a coffee break.
Okay, let's get into it. Here's our game plan for today. We're going to kick things off with the what and why now. Then we'll get into your competitive edge, look at the actual tools to make this happen, walk you through your first steps, and wrap up with some of the big challenges you need to keep an eye on.
So first up, why 2025? Why is this the moment everyone's talking about this? Well, it's pretty simple. Businesses are maxing out what they can do with just content generation. They're hungry for AI that can actually do things, and the tools to build these agents are finally hitting the mainstream.
This chart just says it all, doesn't it? We are right at the bottom of a truly enormous adoption curve. We're moving past the let's experiment with AI phase and into the let's integrate autonomous systems that handle real work phase. It's happening, and it's happening fast.
Now let's talk about what's in it for you. How does this give you a real, tangible competitive advantage? Why should you, as an entrepreneur or a business leader, really care? Because this is the kind of technology that lets a tiny startup punch way above its weight class.
And the benefits are huge. We're talking about systems that can autonomously handle complex, multi-step workflows. Think about onboarding a new customer or processing invoices. These agents can make proactive decisions based on live data, and they let you scale your operations without having to hire a bunch of people for repetitive tasks. All of this frees you and your team up to focus on strategy and growth, the stuff that actually matters.
So, the million-dollar question, how do you actually get started? Let's break down the three big players in this space that can act as the engine for your AI agents. We've got N8N, Make, and Zapier. And trust me, they each have a very different philosophy. Choosing the right one is a really strategic decision. First up, Zapier. You've probably heard of them. They are the undisputed king of accessibility. With over 6,000 integrations, it's built for non-technical folks who just want to connect their apps and get simple things automated, like right now. It's the ultimate super connector. Then you've got Make. Make hits this really fantastic sweet spot between Zapier's simplicity and the raw power of more technical tools. Its visual interface is incredible for mapping out more complex, multi-step workflows. And honestly, for a lot of people, it offers a much better bang for your buck. And finally, we have NNN. Okay, this is the open source powerhouse. It's really built for developers, for technical teams, for anyone who wants maximum control and customization. You can inject your own code, and this is a big one. You can self-host it for total data privacy. It's less about having a million app integrations and more about deep, powerful flexibility. Okay, now let's put them head to head, because this is where the strategic choice really comes in. Pay close attention to the pricing model. Zapier charges you for every single task, which can get super expensive if you're doing a lot. Make charges per operation, which is a bit better, but N8N charges per workflow execution. That is a massive advantage if you're processing big batches of data. And critically, N8N is the only one here that lets you self-host, giving you ultimate control over your data.
And if you are leaning towards NN, there's one more fork in the road. Self-hosting means you have total control, total data sovereignty. Nothing ever leaves your servers. It's basically free besides what you pay for your own server. The cloud version, on the other hand, is all about simplicity. It's managed, it's scalable, you just focus on building your workflows.
All right, you've got the concepts, you've seen the tools. Now, for the practical part.
How do you actually start doing this? The key here is to start small, be strategic, and, I can't stress this enough, be incredibly responsible with your data.
Look, don't try to automate your entire business overnight. That's a recipe for disaster. Just follow these 4 steps. First, find one repetitive task that has a high impact. Maybe it's qualifying new sales leads. Second, pick your tool based on your team's skills. Third, launch a small pilot project. Test it in a controlled environment. And fourth, watch it like a hawk, see what happens, and adjust.
Okay, stop. Before you go live with anything, you absolutely have to ask this question. The second you start automating actions that involve customer information, you're taking on a very serious responsibility for data privacy and for compliance with rules like GDPR.
So here's the bottom line. Under regulations like GDPR, you are the data controller. It's a fancy term, but it means the buck stops with you. You are ultimately responsible for protecting your users' data. Your automation tool, whether it's Make or Zapier or NN Cloud, is a data processor. They handle data for you, but you're still in charge. You even have to know who their partners are, like the AI models they use. This is exactly where self-hosting with NN gives you a massive, massive advantage in staying compliant and in control.
All right, we're rounding the final turn. And like with any powerful new technology, there are definitely some challenges and pitfalls to be aware of. Getting this right isn't just about picking a cool tool, it's about being thoughtful and strategic.
And this right here is your playbook for avoiding those pitfalls. You have to set crystal clear goals for your agent, or you'll get weird results. You've got to lock down security, only giving the agent the minimum access it needs. Make sure your data is clean, garbage in, garbage out. And maybe most importantly, you have to manage the change with your team. This is a tool to support them, to make their jobs better, not to replace them.
So, we'll end with this question. The technology to build these autonomous agents is here. It's accessible, it's ready to go. You literally have the ability to hire a digital team member that can execute tasks with incredible speed and precision. The only real question left is, what's the first job you're going to give it?